What's it like touring in Germany?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There. Haha.
Yeah. Well,
Haha.
like let's kind of give like a little rundown, of slam.
Yes, and you're younger, so you remember much more.
I was gonna say, like, let's give a rundown of slam in Germany because prior to us going there, I know personally I didn't kind of understand how significant slam poetry was in Germany until we were there experiencing it. Um, and then we correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like
Yeah.
you met the folks over at
Yeah,
Nash.
me and Mariana did the rookie slam and we had a team piece and was this kind of wow, man, wow. We would like to have you in German. Yeah, yeah. And we no longer import slaves, so it's okay.
So like so they had come from Germany to the National Slam in Chicago that year.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
Sort of like American slam talent scouts. Kind of
And it
going.
was funny too, because remember Cole mentioned the how when he would message there with him like he was small, like, oh, you live with German time. Oh, it's more than you. I got 350 people coming in, son. Right? Like it's like just saying, it
Yeah.
was also very it's not soft spoken, it's very gently and very kind of oh you think like, oh yeah, German, yeah, yeah. But dude, in Germany, a poet is a profession.
That's
It's not like this hobby. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's like to compare it, it's like in slam here in the United States, you're kind of hustling a lot. Like if you do a tour in the USA, you're booking a bunch of venues, but
Sleep on a bunch
you're
of
probably losing
couches,
money. You're not, it's
you
more
know?
for fun and to see people that you know and to travel a little bit. But realistically, you're probably losing money because the shows don't really pay that much, and they are it's such a big country, that it kind of is expensive to get anywhere, so what some poets will do is they'll do like a West Coast tour, and they'll just do the West Coast,
Yes,
you know or they'll do like the South, or they'll do the East Coast, or they'll do like Midwest, so they'll just do like little chunk tours, and try to do
yeah.
shows as they can, in those things. Whereas, in Germany, it's a smaller space, but everybody has a slam. Like
Yes.
every small
The
city.
Germans are very organized.
Yeah, it was like everywhere has a slam. So there are bigger slams there. Like we have bigger slams here, but everybody gets paid. And what they do is they invite poets. So it's not quite like an open slam. They have like some slots for some
You
local
know?
folks. And then they kind of import, you know, poets from all over the country to come to the show. And everybody who comes gets paid.
And other countries, yeah.
Yeah, in other countries like us.
That's really cool. Like, that,
Yeah. So
oh,
a different way of doing it. And why they can afford that is because the government subsidizes the event and gives money to everybody, which makes it possible for people to actually get paid a good amount for their time and their art, which I would say is something that
yes.
we lack here in the United States is funding.
You know
Um,
what I'm saying?
Respect it in Germany because culturally, poetry is valued.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So in 2003, when I was on a team with Mike McGee, who took first, Jason Bound actually took second. He dropped out. I
And
took third.
the team,
Yes.
yeah,
To the
in the
center.
finals.
And man, yes. Mariana was the alternate.
Mhm.
And um, so and Melissa would have made it, but she went over time, and it was so sad because it's like she did score higher, but you were a better performer. Anyway, so I guess we gotta use Anna's nickname. Her mom contacted my then girl, whose name I can use, Simone Bizzoli, PhD, and said that this is what kind of Mariana does. She has this thing about falling for her mentors, and and meanwhile, like we're coming back from a party, I think, and then Mariana, it was just such a weird day. But long story short, um,
There was
it was one of the weird moments where it slows down. Wow, for such a street savvy, intelligent, book smart man, you are still naive in the matters of certain things because you didn't even think that. I'm like, no, I never even. You're kidding? He's a kid. So anyway, but then, my should I use your name? You're there. And something really tricky happened to Melissa, and I'm standing there going, well, I like hanging with you anyway. So like, hey, want to go to Germany? You're gonna be
yeah,
gone. Remember, we were gone for like a month and a half, and it was
yeah,
like, dude, we've got yeah, I think we got like 20 something gigs. We
yeah.
spent hours practicing, making CDs, and
Mhm.
we made shit at home.
I was gonna say back
This
in
is
those days, we were printing off CD stuff from your printer at home
yes.
and
Oh my
burning
God.
CDs.
Great covers though.
Yeah, burning CDs on your computer because that's how it
Yeah,
was back in those days, and going
exactly.
to Kinko's.
To get your chapbook, you had
Wait, Kinko's
Caterpillar.
in the Bay scene,
Yeah,
like the infamous place where you would like copy your chapbooks by hand or whatever, and then you know that's where you would get them. So
for everybody listening, a chapbook was named after was his name Robert Chapman?
I have no
You
idea.
look at me, you're like, you old fuck, you know that? Yeah, his name
I have
was
no idea.
Robert Chapman, and during before the Beat Poets, he used to kind of tour and do poetry. And to make money, he would sell books that look like what do they call it again when you go see a show and they give you
They give you a program.
they give you, yes. So yeah, they look at the size of the program and about 35 pages, I guess. And anyway, so they're not too big, they're not too small, just big enough. And to go on with the tradition of that, these things called chapbooks. And for poets, they're like cigarettes in prison. I mean, that's your money. I mean, that's like it was $5. Here it's like new Germany, we can get like 750 euro, like and then we had a like you can get a chapbook and a CD for like, oh man, like it was a game. But
Yeah, so
uh
you can like sell your poetry after the show. So it's like, oh, you liked what you saw? Here, buy my stuff and
yeah,
take it with you. Um, and uh,
and
and
we rolled in with 100 chapbooks too.
yeah, although I have a memory in Germany of being like, here, well, here's we like, do you want a chapbook? Right? Like we would give it to a poet and they'd be like, here's my book, and it would be like a bound book. you know?
Dude, this is like, dude, yes, dude. It was just like, dude,
Like,
here's
oh,
my
thank
book. It was
you.
in the New York
But like,
Times. It was in the New York Times bestseller list for 3 weeks. You never heard of it? Oh, but I'll take your little chat book. Would you get some Kinkos? Kinkos? Yes, some Kinkos.
it would be genuinely happy though. They'd be like, "Oh, cool, yeah, here's my book," and you'd be like, "Oh, it's like a real book with like an
Dude,
ISBN."
remember? And I just found him, the guy uh Pita
Pita, yeah,
and and
the
and
horse,
Horsefield Crew.
yeah,
Dude, their CD look. Ours is like we did this upstairs in Cloud's. Yours was like was printed by the publisher. Like, look,
and
I've got
Horsfield,
liner notes,
they got good music. I
dude.
remember
I
that.
I really wish I didn't lose that CD. God, that was so fucking good.